And welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in Factorio Space Age, where we're expanding volcanus more. Didn't necessarily let much happen over the break, other than finishing up the construction queue we already queued up on our character. Yeah, so we mostly need other stuff that we're gonna have shipped in. We'll probably want another round of. Actually, yeah, another 30 poles of those, and then some inserters. There's going out. Roboport has power, that's good to see. Extends the range by a bit. Will allow those get delivered, for example. The Hibiscus is sitting over Novice. It doesn't have a lot of stuff we could potentially, if we were paying attention, have it drop at Volcanus for setting up at Volcanus. In the form of green renewable power. Because I have a feeling that we're going to go through a lot of power here on Volcanus. But that's okay, because we got good solar power here, right? I say somewhat sarcastically. So that's that. 40, 31, okay. Not gonna get that much, we're gonna get that queue. And yeah, we're waiting for delivery from space for stuff. But yeah, we now have those tanks going out. And to be fair, we do have molten iron and molten copper in the system, we just don't have anywhere to store it. And the stone's already threatening to fill back up. Well, the solution, the short-term solution to that is chuck everything and chuck all the stone into the lava. Which, yeah, it's definitely the solution of least resistance, I suppose. But obviously, to do that, I need inserters. This is the temporary solution, which is ship it over to some lava and chuck it in. Not the ideal solution, because at some point we will want the stone for something, but Volcanus, a lot of people have said that Volcanus generates, you know, a lot of stone. Yeah, that should, I assume we've got the inserters, and maybe we don't, that's a different problem. Well, we don't have the inserters, that's what we're building, right? We're hand-building all the inserters until this thing starts to work. Not sure where we put those 9 bulk inserters. Oh, there's the 9 bulk inserters. Okay, those will have to be fast for the moment. Maybe not fast enough, but we're not going to make bulk here if we can help it. The Hibiscus is on its way over with some stuff. We'll receive speed module 2s, we'll receive electromagnetic plants. That's mainly what we're receiving. We're not... Oh, we're going to receive the modules as well. With the exception of the normal speed ones, because we didn't have it at... it hasn't passed Fulgura since we set that up as a delivery concept. Okay. More than we have requested, but it's going to take a couple trips and that'll be fine. Okay, so that stone's being dealt with normal inserters, which is maybe not the best solution. It's an effective temporary solution, I suppose. Anyway, we're mostly waiting on inserters to get this minimally functional. That's for the moment. Let's swap those down to 2s, because I have the 2s. And then we can speed them back up later. And another wave of inserters going out. Just happens to be that I can build 10 blue, 5 yellow every cycle. It looks like we almost got all the blues made. So I'll just swap over to straight yellows for a bit to get this finished. So you're running, you're just waiting for iron up to plumb the iron in properly. So we're waiting for that pipe to come over. That's just some yellow inserters to get the stone moving while we're sorting out ways to use it. Hibiscus, are you actually... Well, I suppose everything's going to be waiting. It's going to be waiting for the full time on every spot because we don't have that sorted out. Okay. And that's actually technically, I suppose, a fix at Fulgura. Waiting for those to be built over Fulgura, which... They're maybe being built at Fulgura. I suppose what we can... Ah, okay, I think I see Hibiscus's problem. It wants to receive full shipments. But I can't... Well... Okay, I think I know what we can do. Well, that's gotta go from Novice. Novice pickup. Feel free to pick up chemical plants. This will actually be a custom minimum payload. Be willing to accept 2. And then from Fulgura, pick up uncommon quality. And be willing to accept like 10. Oh, and this is actually uncommon as well. Not that we necessarily need those elsewhere, but you need them on the thing to finish the upgrades. Stop sitting everywhere. Okay, inserters should self-sort at this point. Okay, that problem is solved. So I suppose the next problem to be solved is belts. Probably from a belt standpoint, we want probably yellows, reds, and turbos. Because it's basically base speed, double speed, quad speed. Multiplying factors of 2 are always nice, so we'll try to keep factors of 2. I don't need to redo transport belts because we already have that automated. We're not gonna reinvent the wheel if we don't have to. So we got regular transport belts already. Don't have any red. Don't have any turbo. And it is okay. So it's a thing feeds a thing feeds a thing feeds a thing. Except in the first one, everything feeds a thing. Plus inputs. Okay. So first one, yellow. Actually, you know, we'll do this a little bit because I only need one yellow one to ride both types, right? And then I don't need that one. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and it looks... Didn't leave the spacing. Did not leave the spacing. Okay. Just delete it and start over. Yellow, 2 red, because we want one making red specifically and one getting upgraded to express. And you require gears. You require metal gears. You require gears. Require gears. You require tungsten. So the first sort of specialty thing coming in. Okay. You on you, you on you. And to be fair, this is going to require pretty fast-paced inserting here, right? Because it's actually... There's a 4x multiplier on a half-second input. So this needs like 20 tungsten belt input a second. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit difficult. We'll just zoom in to 2. I think it's more than 2, but... And then that's 2040. Yeah. Massive demands. Massive demands. Okay. In fact, actually, that's just going to need so much gears. That's just going to be a row of gears, basically. That's the line of gears. And we need so little just regular steel, I think. And we just get away with just making that just a direct feed. Yeah, because it's going to be... Oh, well. That's still a lot of what? That's still 2.8. No, actually, no. Yep, yeah. Well, yeah. Then this recipe, and sorry, I think I blew in the mic a moment ago, so I think myself as I'm doing this. Foundry. We're gonna need foundries for metal. That's for the iron straight up. So that's 2, 4, 2 over 3.2 seconds. Definitely we have a multiple of 4 on that. Oh wait, no, I think the two of them might be enough. Might be wishful thinking. If it is wishful thinking, I suppose, I can just, we can use speed modules to double the speed. Because it's either the right amount or it's half the right amount. It's a good way to think about it, I think. Doing my mental math right. Which, yes, is very dangerous sometimes to do. Or at least very dangerous to try doing. And then, gear production-wise... I think that's going to be something like a 4. Oh, probably... Well, actually, no, we worked out that it was like 3 to fill the belt. Yeah, okay, so that means it's 6. Okay. And then, how many inserts are we running? 2? Underground. Doesn't quite reach there, but close enough. Pipe. And then that makes the close enough. Yep, here we go. And then that, well, except for the foundry and the lubricant, should provide us belts. When we're at the point where I'll toss my stuff in the network to speed that up a bit. We need more power poles. Maybe it's just that should be the next thing we automate, it's power pole production. Or, well, at least the one I use, which is the medium power pole. Didn't spam that one a bit, instead of going for like substations or big electric power poles. So we need steel, iron sticks, and copper cables. Can I make all those straight from a foundry? That's actually an interesting question. Me. that, we can make that, and we can make that. Okay. The answer to that question of can I make the mold directly is yes. Yes, you can. Okay, I just need to figure out how to get the molten copper over there. Shouldn't be too hard to do. We might adjust that in a bit, but that'll work for the short term. That's a load of power poles I'll ever need to toss in the network, because the network should make it its own. Oh, and hasn't been around yet. I was about to ask the question, has the hibiscus been there and back again? And the answer is the hibiscus is only just getting there. Only just getting there. So, no, it hasn't. Oh, and actually, because we know this is able to pick up regular solar panels, can you actually just... press normal ones as well? Yeah, okay. That way there's some space for the quality ones to start stacking up. Oh, helps if you put them right way around. Oh, and we need those as well. Need that portion, and that portion, that portion. And yeah, now we just need the lubricant. I'm willing to pipe the lubricant over. We could probably use the old lubricant for the moment. And realizing at the moment that I go over there that the lubricant setup's a bit of a spaghetti, but it's going to accept spaghetti. Okay. There, that brings over the lubricant. So we get all the pipe bits in. Hopefully I don't need any pumps. I'll probably need a pump, just to screw with me. But hopefully we don't need any. It is a long way, so I suspect we do need a pump. Yeah, we have lots of capacity to make more of all the types of metals. And then actually I suppose we need to bring over tungsten plate. We got tungsten, that's not tungsten plate. Okay, that's making tungsten carbide. Oh, I know I'm making tungsten plate somewhere. That makes tungsten plate. Okay, that's... Don't necessarily know how sane of a solution that is. But it is the working solution for the moment. You know, we do need a pump in there somewhere. That makes the most sense as a pump location. It kind of implies that we got enough on both ends to make that work. Okay, let's... This is definitely not the optimal way to do it, but this will be a temporary way that'll work for the moment. Do request for chest for plate. And it's not an ideal solution because it's going to put a bunch of stress on the botnet to provide my turbo transport belts. Well, did it get delivered? Find where the... Yep, the pump got put in, so the lubricant's over here. We're just waiting on some plates. We'll have all the belt types. One thing we will do is, I think we'll just go ahead and upgrade this to red. Okay, so I've actually got full-on belt problems because the belt just isn't go fast enough for the throughput. Though I suppose I did balance that off of the presumption that we don't have 8% protection, probably. That's probably where I screwed up. Or something. Grabbing red belts. Doing the replace. That should... Oh, and we just have straight up gears on the wrong side of the belt. That would do it as well. I've got no storage chests on the planet. Of course I don't. That would make life too easy sometimes. I have only passive fighters, okay. That's why we have 1,913 entities that are unfulfilled. Let's see if I can find plastic. I say as presumably I'm walking past the plastic, yeah. But yeah, I think that is, at least for continued expansion over here, that's the big stuff we need initially. The next real big thing is we're going to want to be building ships. Big ships. Fast ships. Which means I want to be making space platforms. Foundations. Lots of space platform foundations. Oh, I suppose we should probably set up assembly machines here. At least the blue ones, if not go all the... Well, yeah, we should go all the way up to the 3s, which means I should be making speed modules. Means I need to make plastic. And chemical plants. Well, let's get a bunch of storage chests so things can actually get stored on the planet. Which, to be fair, now has lots of orders in theory being carried out by bots, because all the bat orders that were waiting for things to be picked up can now be picked up. Oh, that's Aquila that's got 9. Oh, yeah, okay. I need to go to Aquila to fix Aquila at some point. Yeah. That's where the 19,000 stuff is coming from. Other than the assembly machines, I think we can basically build things from remote at this point. You have speed 2s. Did I think I know how I did Fulgura. That's not letting me do what I want to do right now. Which is we don't have intermediate storage. Yeah, okay. For the speeds. So so you're actually a novice pickup then if we've got it a novice. We'll check in a moment when you get there. Okay, that way it stops requesting those. Drop those. Or just remove that one. As a request. That'll speed up the loading a little bit. Okay, so we have the speed modules coming up. This is something that will, every time it goes past Fulgura, we'll grab some, probably. Go over, look at Fulgura. How does the slow power situation look here? Full... yeah, full-ish. And yeah, now we're getting turbo belts. I don't necessarily need all the turbo belts. So we'll set that to something a little bit more limited. Set that a little bit more unlimited, but... yeah, whenever we request turbo belts, those can speed up real quickly to produce them. I suppose from a quality, or not productivity, at least 10 point, you probably want to be that, you want to be that. Yeah, that's going to make it glacial almost, but that'll be fine. Viscous. Waiting in case we have, which it's not going to get, so just go on to the next one. Yeah, so I'm thinking the next thing I really want to start expanding the production of is probably space platforms. Which is steel plate, copper cable, which needs to be made in the assembly machines, and I'm thinking about making the assembly machines. Okay, that makes sense. Can I just nick that assembly line from Novice? At the assembly line for Novice. Or at least the early steps of it? I would leave that. There we go. Yeah, I suppose I just could copy the whole thing. It's somewhat simple. Yeah. Exception that the poles obviously need to be the ones we make on Novice. Otherwise they're not going to get installed, which would be a problem. And then you probably want to be a requester chest. Requesting the speed modules. Oops. Did I do that? Well, I did it. We got that installed. What do you... 1, 2, 3? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's a steel line coming in, which means we do need a steel furnace, or a steel foundry. You need 4 a second, which one foundry is going to easily do. Okay, and then the overflow there should provide that. Of course that's in the wrong type of assembly unit for the most, so we'll have to do it to 2, and then once our supplies come in, we'll upgrade it. And I suppose this is also providing us with miners. It means we don't need to import miners anymore because we'll be making it locally. Oh, and you need to be plumbed into the iron system. Otherwise, you don't work. The spots fly over. We'll have everything short of something machine 2's set up. Well, fully set up. The thing we're missing is basically the speed modules, right? Viscous has arrived. Did you... Oh, they're all in my inventory because I requested them. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't stop requesting them at this point. And honestly, actually stop requesting stuff altogether. We're probably contemplating leaving at this point. Because at this point, there's probably enough basics, right, that we can, in theory, just build from orbit. So if that's the case, Bomb Fizzle, you're ready to pick us up? Yeah, pretty much. Come to volcanus. And then we'll catch the proverbial shuttle out to Aquilo, and we'll go fix Aquilo for the next part, I think. Then we'll come back to shipbuilding. There we go. So that's built. I still have 2 wooden poles in here somewhere from the design standpoint. Those ones. Now they're gone. Oh, and those want to be expanded on as well. Not that the higher quality ones are going to come up too much. They're a little better. Actually makes a big difference on the miners, I suppose. Assembly machines. And a little bit on these as well, because it makes the supply area one bigger in each direction. Per level version, basically, right? Okay, that's set up. The bomb fizzle is waiting for us. Let's get ourselves up to the bomb fizzle. There's the first rocket up. Travel, bomb fizzle. Yeah, we'll go over fix Aquilo. Yeah, fix Aquilo, and then probably at this point we don't need to go back to Volcanus to continue expanding Volcanus. Okay, and looking at time, this is a good place to put a part break in. So if you're watching on YouTube, we're going to put a part break in here. There will be a part up for you, another part up for you tomorrow. If you're watching Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break to sip a little bit of tea. and then we'll get right back to it. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.